After a torrid year, a new man in charge. Andy Robinson, we'll hear from him. Mike Ruddock makes his home debut as the new Welsh coach. We'll be hearing from him and his new captain, Gareth Thomas. And we'll look at South Africa's rugby progress, including the recent transformation under Jake Wyatt into the new Tri-Nations champions.
The England job is the biggest job in world rugby. It's right to move on, and it's as simple as that.
Andy, you've been confirmed as England's head coach. How's it been so far?
I've had a couple of weeks. It's been very good. I've enjoyed the interaction with the coaches and also the players, and yeah, I think I understood what a tough job Clive had now.
Under Clive, you know, you were one of the assistant coaches, and the camaraderie between you and the likes of Phil Larder and Dave Allred would have been at a certain level, but now you're the boss.
I suppose it's a bit like when I was captain of Bath, that you move up into in terms of being in charge. But also, I believe that we have an environment where everybody can speak, and I think that whilst I'm in charge, that everybody still has the ability to speak and speak their mind, and I think that that hasn't changed.
He was nearly not going to make the tour for an ankle injury, but he's desperate for them in their lead. Eddie Andrews, another big. That whole front row is huge, and I think it's really going to cause the Welsh front row some problems. This second row is brilliant. Victor Matfield is like a South African version of Martin Johnson, and this back row is marauding. They were going to be everywhere in Wales's face. And Near Kirk, he's going to be alongside Salt Berger doing everything.
Yeah, and 43 has played extremely well. He snipes around the scrums, mauls, but this guy's crucial. Jacques van der Westhuizen, Vet Barry, destructive in midfield, and Marius Schubert has been scoring for fun in the Tri-Nations. Ashwin Williamson has come in purely for pace, with Paulser as well. But Montgomery plays for the Dragons, plays in Newport. Huge influence on the Springboks, the kicking game.
And with an average age of 23, this is a squad of players that could go on to dominate world rugby, isn't it?
They could. You just worry sometimes about their mentality. And I don't mean that in a derogatory way. It's just that they can get carried away with how good they are. And I think the great thing that Jake Wyatt has done with Schmidt, the captain, is bring them back down to earth and say, look, this could be the start of something really special. And if they were to do the Grand Slam over here, then they could go back proud as one of the very few teams to actually come over here and do that. 11
black and coloured players in the squad, which is the highest ever proportion. He's got his critics back at home for fast-tracking talent into the side, maybe through political pressures, I don't know, but it's just another reason why this squad has to succeed, isn't it?
He's come through the ranks, hasn't he, with the youngsters in 21, so he knows all the young players, the up-and-coming players. So, if he thinks they're good enough, he will bring them. Whether he's had pressure, from someone is another matter, but it's a very strong squad, and if some of these players come to fruition and they become world-class players, so be it. If some of them fail, there's always some more back home, some players, South African players, who can fill. What he's done is he's given them the history of the jersey, the tradition of the Springbok jersey, and to respect it when they've selected for them. And the Grand Slam starts today. If they think Scotland and Wales are going to be, the weakest sides, they're making a big mistake, because if they fail today, the Grand Slam's gone. I think that's what he's been, putting over to these players.
Well, we've got the New Zealand legend Sean Fitzpatrick down on the touchline to summarise events for us today, and he's down there with Jill Douglas.
It's remarkably mild down here today. Not much for the South Africans to complain about. We've had a little bit of rain, but not enough for them to consider closing the roof at all. This pitch might be just a little bit greasy. And Sean, do you think the conditions will have much of an impact on today's game?
I don't think so. I think both teams will cope with it well, especially South Africa. They're a team that can play in any conditions, as it's shown through the Tri-Nations, and a team that is hugely powerful up front. And it's an area probably that Wales may struggle.
We've enjoyed listening to the band down here, but we've also been watching the Welsh team warm up. What do you make of them?
Well, I was just saying to you, it's the first time I've really thought they look like a real rugby team. They look strong, they look fit, and they look excited. But they're up against it today. They're against a very good team throughout, from 1 to 15 in South Africa, a strong forward pack, and their biggest problem being enough ball so they can use their backs.
You say a strong forward pack, probably at the moment the best pack of forwards playing rugby in the world, led of course by their captain John Smith. What impact will he have on this match? Just how influential is he?
Oh, he's an inspirational player. He's hugely respected by his own players and by the opposition. So he'll have a big influence. They've brought back a bit of tradition to world rugby, and something that Jake White has introduced, and their forwards are forwards and backs are backs, and they've got some big forwards that are going to do the job, that's for sure.
First term should be interesting.
I'm looking forward to it.
Thanks very much, Sean. Back to you, Steve.
You know, we haven't been winning our scrums and line-outs under...
So that's what should happen.
Yeah, that's exactly. So hopefully, you know, surprise could be in store today. But you know, it's going to be a big ask. We need parity and quick ball.
So Gareth Thomas leads out Wales, and the huge task is about to begin in front of a Millennium Stadium crowd that is far from full, which will be a huge disappointment and a rather dispiriting one for this Welsh side. But the opposition will inspire them, I'm sure. The Autumn International's about to get underway with the toughest match of all for Wales. Wales against South Africa. Brian Moore and Eddie Butler are here for us.
A very good afternoon from the depths of the Millennium Stadium. The flag hanging high over the stadium. Wales are at home, but it's a home that isn't fully populated. We've got some minutes to go before kick-off, Brian, but I don't know. I thought this might have packed the house out.
Well, I was hearing that definitely sold 57,000 tickets, and nowhere near that in the ground at the moment, which so more people will come, but it's an exciting South African side. And it's a pity more people aren't here to see them.
The champions of the Tri-Nations, 2 thumping victories at home against Australia and New Zealand. And here's their anthem. The Springboks in Wales, they've only lost here once. In 1999, they've only ever lost once to Wales. They did draw back in 1970. Gareth Thomas, captain of Wales today, he scored a try on that day when Wales beat the Springboks. Gareth Thomas back on home soil. Mike Ruddock, the new Welsh coach, his first home game here. Well, it's not entirely true, he did coach Romania. But here's the team he's chosen. Gareth Thomas of Toulouse, captain of the new look Welsh team. A lot of responsibility on the utility back who's found a home at fullback. And up front, Ryan Jones wins the first cap at number 8. He is one of 6 Joneses in this Welsh team. The entire front row is Jones. 2 in the back row, and Stephen Jones, who also plays his rugby in France, at number 10. South Africa, Ashwin Willemse comes in at number 11 on the wing. Extra pace if ever the Springboks needed it. And up front there's huge power and no mean degree of pace too. And in the back row, Schalk Burger, player of the year in South Africa. The 21-year-old winning his 18th cap today. One of the great fetchers, as they call their blindside flankers. Paddy O'Brien of New Zealand is going to blow today. Any comments on Paddy, Brian?
No, he's one of the more experienced referees, but hopefully he'll have little to do with this game. But he'll have to keep, well, he'll have to keep a yard behind what is a fantastic South African back row.
Here we go then, game 1 of the Lloyds TSB Autumn Series. Wales at home against the Springboks. John Smit, hooker and captain of the Springboks, has laid down what he says is the tone of the tour. Captain. They are after the Grand Slam. But this is the Millennium Stadium. Wales at home. They start as underdogs, but they too want to get this new age of Mike Ruddock at home off to a winning start.
Play the line out.
Ball into touch. Dwayne Peel 9 can't stop the quick start by Brayton Pulser.
Let it go, tackling it off.
Johan Smith, number 7. Jaco van der Westhuizen, one of 2 players in the Springbok side who do not play in South Africa. Shane Williams, the danger runner for Wales in broken play.
Let it go.
Wales commit forwards to the ruck.
Hands out.
Hands in the ruck, first penalty against Wales.
And that may well be a microcosm of Wales' difficulties today. Ball taken in, small physique, not able to get the ball down quickly enough. He got tied up and then a helping hand had to come in. And unfortunately a penalty all of Wales making. Support is there, but he's not round far enough, early enough. As a consequence, someone has to try and dig it out.
Do you think, Brian, that Wales will have to commit forwards who are giving away half a stone a man? They might have to commit more to the ruck situation.
Well, unfortunately, they've got to win the ball, and the difficulty is if it's not placed properly, you do have to have more people to go in and free it up.
Percy Montgomery,
yep,
of the Dragons, just down the road in Newport, gets the scoring underway. The Springboks take the lead here against Wales, 3 points to 0.
That's not a good sign either, because Percy Montgomery is a sort of kicker who can be on fire, but can have dreadful days as well, can't he? And that was right down the middle.
Very still conditions here in the Millennium Stadium. The roof is open, and Stephen Jones, just 2 minutes after he set the game in motion, restarts from halfway. Johan Smith. Fourie du Preez takes the kicking responsibility on himself. Ryan Jones just watches the ball go into touch. Fourie du Preez, a nephew of Frick du Preez, who wasn't a bad player in the second row.
Steve Jones there today. Very, very important job for him. Absolutely crucial that he hits the jumpers today, because Wales will need to have first phase ball.
Little Steve Jones, only 15 stone, and there's Ryan Jones, somewhat larger, at number 8. Bad start for Wales at the line-out. They scrambled it back, but it went forward. So, trouble for Wales at the line-out.
Well, that looked to me as though the communication difficulty, because the jumpers didn't go up, the ball sort of dropped in no man's land. I think that's not a good sign either.
Comfortable scrum, good defensive work. Dwayne Peel on Smith. This time the Springboks have to put the forwards in, forcing du Preez to kick. Gareth Thomas, his first touch. They'll go all the way back to the Welsh 22. Thomas was just outside it.
Well, he was just outside, but I'm pretty sure there that the referee, Perry O'Brien, was very... You watch this, I think he holds onto this ball far longer than he's entitled to. He's got to let go of it there, now. He's on his knees, he's still holding it. Lucky.
Good line-out ball from Victor Matfield, top second row forward Matfield, and there's the charge of Osdurant, the giant prop, 19 stone 10. Breakdown in midfield, good defence by Wales, forcing the error.
It was good defence because South Africa had 3 phases there that were won cleanly and quickly. Intent right from the beginning to take the game straight, try and draw men in. Simple handling error there though.
So Peel to field the Welsh scrum, which is giving away a lot of weight. Good scrum by Wales. Stephen Jones. Excellent clearance. Montgomery might be tempted to take it quickly, he's not. So after one set-piece hiccup at the line-out, that's a good scrum by Wales. Stephen Jones, who now earns a crust in Montferrand, Clermont-Ferrand, for the Montferrand club in France.
That was encouraging actually. The Jones boys in the front row, they are giving away a lot of weight, but that was very solid. South Africa went for the wheel, only achieved what, a couple of degrees and a very solid pace.
John Smith, Victor Matfield wearing the green scrum cap. Bakis Botha is the other second row, but it's again Matfield who's the target. Front ball, South Africa drive on. Fourie du Preez puts up the high kick, testing Hal Luscombe. Luscombe does well. The winger, raised in South Africa, now playing for Wales, winning his 5th cap. Could be turnover ball for the Springboks. Again, if Wales win it, it'll be scraped back. Wales get the put in because Luscombe was held immediately after the catch.
And he did well there, didn't he? He was under pressure. This is a drive from the line-out. I couldn't understand the Welsh tactic of not competing in the line-out at all there, because you're automatically giving away a ball to a huge set of forwards who then have got 5 or 6 metres to rumble.
Crouch and hold only. Stand up, stand up. Go back half a pace.
3.2 kilograms per man, half a stone. And Osdurant the heaviest, and Stephen Jones the lightest, and that's where it hurts. So
that's not a good one. They need to get much lower on the tight head side. He's got to get the body in, his right shoulder down. Unfortunately for him, O'Brien is round that side, so he won't be able to cheat as much. But
South Africa, well, Smith heads across field, and that's why he's ending up 2 yards backwards, but they've got the ball. Oh, it's clean through. Marius Joubert for the line. Luscombe can't. Luscombe does well, in fact, to stop the progress at the Springbok centre. Real trouble for Wales, though. Du Preez. And it had to come after that break by Joubert. It's Jaco van der Westhuizen who opens up the scoring with a try to add to Montgomery's earlier penalty.
I need you to look at the grounding, please.
well, the referee's looking for the grounding. I don't think there's anything wrong, really.
Thank you.
But he's going to have a look with the 4th official.
It's been a horrible 7 minutes for Wales, but a wonderful 7 minutes for the visitors.
The problem you've got there is that although Van Niekerk ran across the field, he actually drew in 2 backs. As soon as the ball came back, Wales were outnumbered. The backs have got to make a decision, do they drift or not? They decided to do so. And as soon as anyone steps back inside, like Joubert did there, they're all wrong-footed.
Paddy O'Brien just waiting for the advice of Eric Darrière of France, who's the television match official. Gareth Thomas can only stand and watch. Ryan Jones with the red head cap.
I don't know why they didn't wait him for this. It was
well, I'm not sure whether his arm wasn't under the ball there, whether there was actually any contact between ball and ground. I can see the doubt. Try has been awarded. Percy Montgomery lines up his second kick, this conversion after his penalty. Low, hard and accurate. 2 out of 2 for Montgomery. 10 points to 0. South Africa lead. Worrying times for Wales.
They are, because Eddie, if you go right back to the real cause of that, it was a poor scrum by Wales. Got the ball turned over, allowed Van Niekerk to run with the ball, and they really must solidify this first phase. Otherwise, they're going to get mullered.
Joe Van Niekerk sets up a ruck on the 22. du Preez to the left foot of Montgomery, and that's very smooth and very efficient, taking play back into the Welsh half.
South Africa.
Well, Welsh line out part 2 here. The first one appeared to be, well, utterly bereft of communication. So let's see whether we get it right this time.
Steve Jones.
Stay.
Double checks. David Jones is the target. David Jones does well. Stephen Jones. Gavin Henson on the loop. Gareth Thomas in from fullback. Ashwin Willemse with the tackle.
There we go. Stay, Green. Get out of there, Reid. Get out of there.
Michael Owen sets up the ruck. Stephen Jones looks for space behind Willemse. Excellent kick by Stephen Jones.
That really was a rocket, wasn't it? Fantastically well placed. Stepped back in the pocket. Poor Sir badly missed Jones. He started to move forward to start with that one.
Wales.
When Wales initially moved that ball wide, they've got to. The South African defence really flies up. You see the centres. I wouldn't mind seeing them just digging the ball in behind them and giving them a little bit of doubt. Now, will they compete here? Didn't bother at the first South African line out. They can't afford to do that here.
John Smith takes his time drawing the ball.
Thank you.
Paddy O'Brien wants a gap. Wales will want to compress it and just disrupt as much as they can. They do go up. Ryan Jones went up. Victor Matfield tidies up for South Africa though, and du Preez clears. Will Luscombe take it quickly to Thomas? No.
Got Smith up there quickly. That's a better effort from Wales in terms of competition. At least they managed to disrupt the tap, and if it hadn't been for, well, very good hands from Victor Matfield, it would have been a bobbling ball in a dangerous position.
Okay,
Stephen Jones of the Dragons. One line-out success to his name. Colin Charvis sorts out the bobbling ball, so Wales do win their own line-out after some hesitation. Now then, Luscombe into midfield. Good drive by Wales. Gareth Thomas plays scrum half, only feeds Dwayne Peel, the orthodox scrum half. Now then, Wales take on South Africa up front. Osdurant has stolen the ball. Turnover time, but Wales drive forward. South Africa should have control of it. It's pinched back by Wales. Stephen Jones. Wales have an advantage. Peel to Duncan Jones. There is no advantage. South Africa offside. Wales with a chance to put points on the board.
Well, good work there by the Welsh forwards, because although they were robbed by Osdurant, when it came back to Brayton Polser, they managed to rip it off him and set that passage of play in motion, which was only defeated by, or was it Sir Nicola? No, the South African offside anyway. And a very kickable penalty.
Osdurant,
thanks, guys.
who gave up rugby, retired, went north, put on a bit of weight, was recalled and has taken a bit of it off, but he is the heaviest man on the field by, well, by some margin. 19 stone 10 of him. Stephen Jones puts Wales on the scoreboard. 3 points to 10. Mike Ruddock makes notes, and he will have noted his own sense of relief that Wales can win some ball and they can make progress. Jaco van der Westhuizen,
guy outside you was offside.
Plays for NEC in Japan. Shane Williams takes on Brayton Pulsar.
Hands off, Green, stay! Advantage!
Pulsar offside.
Leave him!
So, Peel takes it quickly. Matfield, was he 10 metres? Colin Jarvis.
Hands off, stay back.
Wales want to play an open, fluid game until Stephen Jones does that right down the middle. Van der Westhuizen under pressure. Gareth Thomas there. Ryan Jones also in support. Paddy O'Brien allows the Springboks time to play that. Ashwin Willemse tackled by Jarvis and by Thomas, two other highly experienced Welsh players. Both now out of position. Good defence by Wales. And a good turnover too. Oh, hands in.
Well, I thought Paddy O'Brien was very, very lenient on the first occasion after the high ball was fielded. The man's on the floor and he's tackling. He's supposed to release the ball immediately. And he's given them a lot of leeway.
It's a simple reality in the Southern Hemisphere in the Super 12 that there isn't much challenge for the ball on the floor. But at test level anywhere, there's a right old scramble for it.
Well, I can't see where the hand was particularly there.
Wales!
But I thought it was the one before where it was even more lenient, so...
Michael Owen, normally number 8, goes up against Matfield. Matfield wins on his own ball. Good tackle, Gavin Henson.
Get out of it!
And good turnover. Oh, he's done them again. Paddy O'Brien having none of it on the floor. Could be Colin Jarvis who's being singled out.
Okay, you can't lie there. That's preventing him playing the ball back, okay? Then your player plays it. He's got to roll. Tackler must roll away.
Well, that's fine, Mr. O'Brien. You're right, he must roll away. But also, the man who's got the ball must release it straight away as well. So let's have them both, shall we?
Here's the tackle, Gavin Henson. They thought they might have a
there,
charge.
He's got to place and let go. He's still got hold of that ball. Jarvis isn't off his feet to start with. Oh, I think that's harsh. That's very harsh. And I'm glad to say, for the first time in a long time, thousands of Welsh people, I think, agree with me, certainly in the stadium.
Yeah, it's that split second when you're on your feet, you can play the ball before the ruck forms, and that looked pretty legitimate from Colin Jarvis. Instead, here's Percy Montgomery with his third kick at goal. Third success. South Africa's lead grows, 13 points to 3.
One of the difficulties for a forward, obviously, is when you're there, you're on your feet, you want to play the ball. Now, as soon as a ruck forms, you're not allowed to do that, even if the ruck, even if you are on your feet. But what referees are usually doing is shouting ruck formed, and then you know, in the absence of that, obviously you can't see everyone who's around you, and you don't know, and that's not helpful for a forward.
Matfield catches. Scott Berger drives. Montgomery, play on, says the referee. Trouble for South Africa. Jarvis goes down. Excellent pressure, Wales in the Springbok 22. Wales have an advantage.
Got a penalty as well.
Only a knock-on.
Had his hand out there. I thought it was a penalty, but
he didn't give the first knock-on by Percy Montgomery.
Here we go, Percy. Well, his eyes are completely off the ball there. And that is an odd thing to do, just whack the ball into midfield. Crucial that Wales get something out of this. It's a good scrum.
Jones to Peel. Gavin Henson, good strength by the Ospreys. Back. Gareth Thomas has to go down. Support from David Jones. Good drive by the Welsh forwards. Peel to Jones. Michael Owen, the offload to Henson. Now Wales have to scoop. Owen with a good pickup. Cobain. Sonny Parker. Shane Williams.
No.
Matfield is one of the first defenders over there. South Africa have got back in the defensive line. Wales, though, still have possession. Drop goal, Stephen Jones. Misses. Penalty, though, to Wales. South Africa offside.
Offside.
Unfortunately for Wales, a quick ball that they needed from the right-hand corner. It didn't quite come, and it gave the South Africans time to get back, including the whole back row were covering, and the ball came across Shane Williams.
You made the point, Brian, that Wales must leave this situation with something. Well, it looks as though they'll get the penalty, and it is so important, isn't it, that once you've had that mistake, once you've worked yourself into a good position, just to see something on the scoreboard.
Yes, you've got to. Basketball style out here, but in the end, the way the ball was lobbed, it meant that the South African back row were across there. Well, it's 3.
3 will do. 13 points to 6, the Springboks lead. 17 minutes played.
It does show that when Wales can put some pressure, some form of pressure, they are capable of putting points on the board, but it needs to be more consistently done. And the basis of all that is their first phase possession.
Van der Westhuizen into the 22, Ryan Jones.
Leave it!
Good charge
Go back,
by the 23-year-old number 8, Dwayne Peel. Thought he spotted a gap. It closed pretty quickly on the little Scarlet. And this is where Wales are struggling for quick ball. They want a fluid game, they want quick ball. Shane Williams, who has played scrum half in his time, does so here. A kick to Van der Westhuizen. Du Preez points him forward. Williams will go back.
Stay.
Not much ground gained by the Ospreys wing.
Don't go and block him there again.
No, I think he thought that was going to roll all the way, and then at the very last minute it just bounced up. I thought at one point it might go over the dead ball line, but it put him in a very difficult position because his angles were completely closed down, especially as he's left-footed.
John Smith, the captain,
Hold there.
checks his call. Matfield comes forward. It goes over the top of his head. Scott Berger in midfield. Stephen Jones, the target. Now they switch back. Here's Smith. Cobain just about gets him down. Du Preez, Montgomery, held by Shane Williams.
Stay back. Stay back.
Van der Westhuizen, the long cut-out pass. Misses everybody. Luscombe closes in with Sonny Parker on Willemse. Penalty to Wales. Sound defensive work. And South Africa were in a good position. Now then, Dwayne takes it quickly. Go is the cry. Berger is back under real pressure. He goes to ground. Good pressure from Wales. Turnover ball, better still, penalty to Wales.
Well, that's good play by Wales. They need to do that. You could hear them screaming, go, go, go. And they were right.
Now what do? It's wide out. It's a small target for Stephen Jones, so they go for the corner.
I would go for the corner, yeah.
He's going for goal. He just checked with his captain. And maybe when you're on a high that comes with a rush out of defence and a charge downfield, maybe you said the try is on, but perhaps it's the right decision. Now then, it is a narrow target, just 2.4 metres from where
I would think
stands.
he'd bring that back though, won't he? He must bring it. Oh, he's not bringing it. Well, he's brought it back a little bit. But this will be a very good kick.
Right across the face, Percy Montgomery. If he catches this, it'll hurt Wales, but he sliced it. So, Peel to Gavin Henson. Henson taken down by Matfield. Matfield very busy. Peel, help from Chaves. Chaves, good handoff, good fend onto Priya. Sonny Parker, Bakis Boto with a tackle. David Jones. Now then, Wales are making small amounts of ground, but it is ground going forwards by the forwards. Boto put back in. That's Stephen Jones, good skill by the outside half.
Hands off.
Held by Smith. Chaves to Peel, nobody outside him.
Here they go. Stay back. Stay back. Stay back.
Michael Owen for Wales.
Advantage green.
After Ryan Jones. Now then, Wales might be stretched here. Scott Berger. Jones got back with a tackle. Ryan Jones. Willemse. Montgomery. Chaves is fended off. Montgomery with men outside him. The wet Barry. Back to Montgomery. Number 8, Jovan Nikok is in support, and South Africa are over for their second try.
Well, it was always on, I'm afraid. As soon as the ball was turned over, when the Welsh were on the charge, Michael Owen spilled the ball, and from that point onwards, they were always in difficulty. Van Niekerk, part of this superb back row, he finished it. Scott Berger had a fantastic roll and run to start with. Here we go, the charge. Oh, he's simply poor contact skills, and the ball goes left here. They know there's something on. Berger's away. Oh, and there's poor missed tackles there. Montgomery does well here because he's patient. Waits, runs the good angles, draws a man, doesn't drift. Under the post, and 7 points.
Percy Montgomery has added the 2 points. 20 points to 6. This has all the makings of a very high-scoring game for the moment, and ominously so. 20 of them already in the bag for the Springboks. Stephen Jones goes long. Schalk Berger tackled by Cobain and David Jones. Jones D seemed to take a bit of a blow. South Africa worked their way again back into the Welsh 20, into the Welsh half.
South Africa. No. Take your team. Hold them all there.
Jake White, the coach who's turned the fortunes of South Africa around. This time last year they were in all sorts of trouble. In camp barbed wire before a very unhappy World Cup campaign.
Thank you.
Jake White took over after they were dumped out. Well, they lost to England, then they lost in the quarter-final to New Zealand. There was a huge fallout back home. Jake White came in and immediately made them Tri-Nations champions. Now, David Jones is coming off. He took a blow from the restart. Looks like a blood bin substitution. Martin Williams comes on.
Just listen for the hands
Cardiff Blues flanker.
South Africa. Yep. Hold there.
South Africa win a Welsh line-out. Barry, little slip pass. But the ball went forward there. A little bit, perhaps, too smart.
A bit blasé, but then again, he probably feels supremely confident.
Okay, here we are in Cardiff. What's it all mean to a New Zealander? Sean Fitzpatrick.
Hey, Eddie. Well, just I think Wales have to keep on continue to playing the style of rugby they're playing and not be frightened by what just happened with the turnover ball. Because when South Africa looks vulnerable is when Wales are actually putting pressure on them. So long may that continue.
Okay, an open, fluid game. Wales will want to play that. Oh, Hal Luscombe clattered in midfield and crossing in midfield. So that open game isn't functioning that smoothly at the moment for Wales. No line-out ball, and straight from the set piece this happened.
Well, he's saying he's taking a man out, and yes, he did, but not the tackler, so what difference does it make?
I'm saying nothing about Paddy O'Brien. I just remember Fiji, France in the World Cup. Didn't have his best then.
Well, the point is, you know, Joubert was a potential tackler who was obstructed, but he wasn't the person who was going to hit the man with the ball. And the man with the ball did get hit, and therefore, if it was an obstruction, it was of little or no use at all.
Percy Montgomery, successful with every kick. 10 points to his name. Sorry, 13 points to his name.
See the ball coming out here. Here he comes. Joubert. Oh, that's a nonsense. That's an absolute nonsense, that one. Actually, the box might have been happy for it to go on anyway, because the ball was spilt and they were in the 22.
Change of tactic from the restart by Stephen Jones. Up goes Gavin Henson. Did he knock on? Great regathering of the ball by Dupria. Percy Montgomery, juggled it again. Henson was up quickly on Montgomery. Turnover ball for Wales. Now then, must get something. It was on the blind side. Still might be for Dwayne Peel. Offloads.
Down,
Red. Just can't scrape it back, but they will have the put in.
Oh, very unfortunate there. Dwayne Peel was just a little bubble of the ball when he wanted to go right quickly. The ball just comes up and bobbles a little bit. And by that time,
19 red.
The defence is just there.
Please wait for my call. It's your ball.
Here. There, it just goes up in the air.
Stay up, stand up.
Needs to be able to run with that immediately, and then there was a possibility of going over.
Davis Jones is back on instead of Martin Williams. They don't want to hang around too much at that scrum. Here we go, the Welsh three-quarter line. Henson infield to Luscombe. Untidy breakout, but there was a ruck formed, so there was an offside line. And Marius Joubert was on the wrong side of it.
You're loitering at the tackle. Okay, no, if you're just hanging around there. Just wait, please.
Or was that just open play?
Hanging about.
I'm not counting, but roughly
the offensive
4 to 5
hanging about
in this zone. Okay, tell the boys in this zone, be positive, please. You know my next step. Thank you.
Well, does that count as a warning? A general warning he's given?
Who knows? Here's the breakdown in play.
That's it, tackle.
Oh yeah, there's a ruck there, isn't there? Players bridging over it.
I think you're technically right there, but I reiterate my point I made earlier though. If the referee isn't shouting ruck formed, it just doesn't help anybody, because no one knows, and that's a very difficult area for players and referees, to be fair.
Stephen Jones takes Wales up to 9 points. 9 points to Jones, 9 points for his country, but there's still a 14-point deficit. Hal Luscombe comes in. There are players there. Mind you, the ball went out.
Yeah, it's very close. Very close. But I think it's right that the attacking team gets the benefit of the doubt in those situations, actually.
32 points in the opening half hour. Michael Owen takes it well. Brett Cobain went up as the dummy runner in front of him. Adam Jones sets up the ruck. Stephen Jones.
Yeah, mate.
Now then, that's good, solid work by Wales from a restart, which hasn't always been their speciality.
Wales, here. Bring your boys, Bring your boys here. Bring them there.
This is an area where South Africa have been rock solid so far, the line-outs. And again, look at that.
Matfield, the ball winner. Skolkberger in midfield, held by Gavin Henson. Henson very prominent in defence. Chavez tries to disrupt. Osdurant tackled by Sonny Parker, and he's lost it. Turnover ball for Wales. Be interesting to see how many times they've won turnover ball. Dwayne Peel still looking for that little dart close to ruck and maul.
Stay there, stay green, go back.
Chavez plays scrum half. Jones, the little dink from Stephen Jones. Brent Cobain, the second row, is the only one there. Paulser under real pressure now. Oh, Bain went down on the man who'd gone to ground himself. Fair
Well,
enough.
he's right, you're not allowed to dive on a man until he's got back to his feet. I suppose the problem always comes when a man just refuses to get up. But here Paulson goes down.
Yeah.
He's got to leave him a little bit longer. So tempting though for a player. Want to give him a good hiding, and you know he's under pressure.
Okay, there it is there. Your
Still,
ball's the same.
encouraging signs for Wales are that they can steal ball in loose play. They can't do much so far
let 'em
about
walk
this
in.
South African line-out.
Wait till they get there. Okay.
John Smith, Matt Field.
Keep it up, Red, keep it
It's a
up.
bit of an old combination. Seemed to be a bit of a
That's
gap
fine.
there between the ball carrier and the
Still on the maul.
tractor into which
Yeah,
he
he's
drove.
okay. He's fine, let it go.
Dupree with the little chip ahead. Shane Williams has it covered, makes the mark.
Leave him. Advantage.
Matt Field offside. Jarvis tackled by
Taylor,
Smith.
advantage over.
Dwayne Peel, good offload.
Leave it.
There's the mobility of hooker Steve Jones. South Africa give away the penalty.
One more.
Too many
One more.
hands on the floor. Schalk Burger.
They've played advantage.
On to Wales there, taking the advantage. They've got to try and chance the hand with these. The points behind. The first phase ball isn't secure. Good adventurous play here, and actually it's played on the floor quite cynically, I think, here. And the referee said no more, but what that means I don't know. Does it mean the next one will be a yellow card? Or, oh, it's cool.
It's a second no more
he's going
until he
for-
says no more again.
He's going for goal here.
Gavin Henson, well, I tell you what, this isn't really a surprise. He has a prodigious boot on him.
He'll have to have, yes. What's that, 6'58"?
Oh, 58 and a half. I think some neat bit of design work will now tell us. Here we go. To the nearest centimetre, 57.3.
Well, we overestimated it, but only just. It will still be a hell of a shot.
Gavin Henson of the Ospreys hasn't got the legs. Victor Matfield takes it up to the 22. Now this is the speed of the second row. Back row support from Smith. Knock on by Van der Westhuizen, who in his frustration, sorry, it was Marius Joubert who dropped it, who just turned on the Welsh player in his face, but that again, that's good pressure. Here's Joubert's mistake.
No, hold, Red, hold.
Another reasonable platform for Wales. It needs to be solid. Again, come away with some sort of score.
Okay, you two, just for a minute. I need you square. Don't go in, you keep him out. Crouch and hold.
Eddie Andrews and Duncan Jones.
Stay here.
That's square enough for Wales. Stephen Jones, Henson, Gareth Thomas from fullback, spins out of the tackle. Michael Owen.
Get off, tackler!
This time he hangs on to the ball and sets it up for Peel. Peel this time does make a little dart. Colin Jarvis on his shoulder.
Hands off!
Peel digs it out. It came off a South African behind the Welsh, but Shane Williams regathers. Luscombe in trouble. And then here's the pace of Van Niekerk against Stephen Jones. Van Niekerk, they'll want to get him into touch. They do so.
Well, good defence in the end, in extremis. But unfortunately for Wales, and the ball is coming back on the... It's not just that, prior to that, there are a series of passes which were effectively stopping passes behind people. As a consequence, all the flow was disrupted, and actually he did well to pull Brayton Paulson down there.
He did.
Because he would have been free, wouldn't he?
It wasn't a golden moment for Hal Luscombe. And Stephen Jones won't want too many foot races against Joe Van Niekerk either.
Bit better at the tackle now.
Brief pause.
Yep.
It is Hal Luscombe who's injured. There's Marius Joubert. The 2 tries so far. Jaco van der Westhuizen with the first. Here's the turnover ball for the second. Michael Owen takes it in, loses it, and this is the finish. Percy Montgomery looping De Wet Barry, and the finish by Joe van Niekerk. 23 points to 9. Michael Owen, one hand. Brent Cobain, one hand. Stephen Jones, the hooker, makes it possible for Peel to clear. Tulsa.
That's fine, just push only though.
Well, they cleared it eventually after a shortened line-up. It was bobbled, wasn't it? It was all over the place.
Okay, Wales, please.
It's not the sort of clear-cut, concise possession which they need. There's a stark contrast when you come to the South Africans, who've been very efficient in this area.
There's a strange order from Paddy O'Brien.
Line up on him. Next time's a free kick. Let's go.
Those possession statistics is quite strange. It does show the South Africans have been much more efficient in what they've gotten used.
Matfield again. Wonderful first half by Victor Matfield. Not bad from Joe van Niekerk, but he's lost the ball. South Africans have spilt lots of ball. Wales have stolen lots of ball. And here they come. Brian Jones lost it forward. So Wales do so many good things, but then have not much continuity in their play after that.
Yes, in fact, if I were a South Africa, I'd be very upset about the amount of turnovers that they've conceded.
Crouch and hold only.
Wales, unfortunately for them, have not been able to make that much out of them.
Gage. No.
South Africa lying quite flat.
Stay up this way. Hold.
On the near side of this scrum.
Gage.
There they are. De Wet Barry outside Jaco van der Westhuizen. Percy Montgomery is at fullback is also flat in the line.
Stay up, both front rows. Square, steady. Crouch and hold. Gage. Thank you. Stay on.
The drive by Van Niekerk takes on Gavin Henson.
Hands off, Red.
They're still flat outside Van der Westhuizen. There goes the kick. Territory first.
You know something, I'm not convinced that Van Niekerk isn't doing that lateral run on purpose, you know, because they would normally attack the fly-off there. He's taking the 10 and the 12 straight out, and if he's confident enough, his back row will get with him, and he'll get the ball back. Not only is he taking one out, he's taking two and drawing the third one into an impossible position. I'd be interested to know whether he's doing that on purpose.
Yeah, well, he's certainly quick enough, Joe van Niekerk. Now, this is ridiculous now. I mean, every time a ruck is formed, the ball is being played on the floor. And
thank you.
Paddy O'Brien, the referee, keeps on saying no more and keeps on penalising without showing the card.
Which is why I was saying, what does that mean? Because you know from the past, it doesn't necessarily mean what it says.
Not much to go in the first half. Wales will want to launch one more attack.
Yeah. The moment you feel contact.
Do you think, though, Brian, every time Wales throw in, you sort of, your heart's in your mouth a bit, and every time they throw the Matfield, it's dead safe. There it goes again, it's a bobble, but Colin Jarvis straight to Stephen Jones. Good turn out of the tackle by Jones, Stephen. Michael Owen.
Come out, Green.
Adam Jones bridges him. David Jones. One of the 6 Joneses.
Got them all.
John Smith came in. Good strength, though, by Sonny Parker in the centre. Henson rides the tackle.
Hold it, come in.
Referee has blown for another infringement, and he's going to penalise somebody on the Welsh team, is he?
Too many times at the tackle.
No, Skoltberger at last.
There we are.
No, I won that before, too many.
Skoltberger, player of the year in South Africa.
Roll away.
Not so popular here. Playing the ball on the floor once too often. He's off for 10 minutes.
Well, it is his third one. So interesting, almost on the stroke of half-time. Here we go. That's a ruck there, 2 men over him. He can't play that even if he's on his feet. He's not on his feet.
No.
Yeah, no, this is it.
Just thinking, Brian, as well, you know, you go in at half-time 12-23 down. At one stage, it was looking as if it was going to be a lot worse than that for Wales.
Well, South Africa scored 3 points in the last 20 minutes.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
This is a very important kick.
And very well slotted by Stephen Jones. Over the ball goes. The whistle goes for half-time. At the Millennium Stadium, it's Wales against the Springboks. It's 12 to Wales, 23 to South Africa.
At the end.
Well, Sean, South Africa will start the second half with just 14 men, and if there was one man in that South Africa side that you'd like to see off the field if you were a Welshman, it would be the ubiquitous Schalk Burger, I suppose.
Oh, definitely. He's a workaholic, isn't he? Especially on the sideline here, you see how much work he does do. I'm sure Jake White would be a bit disappointed, obviously, about that. But I think on the overall performance, he'd be disappointed at the amount of turnovers when they've had total control of the line-out and scrum.
What does it say about Wales and their confidence, the fact that when they did have a penalty and could have taken a bit of territory, they opted to take a kick from 50, 60, 70, 80 yards out or whatever it was?
They've actually got to believe they can win, that they can take the game to South Africa, especially in the second half, and put points on the board, try and score a try, because we've seen in the first half when they put South Africa under pressure and South Africa can't play their controlled game, there's holes there that Wales can create opportunities under.
Will Mike Ruddock be satisfied with that half-time scoreline?
Well, I think so. It was looking for a while there, it could get a bit carried away, but they came back well and put them under pressure. And Schalk Burger is a classic example that they're putting a lot of pressure on at the breakdown.
They're certainly not invincible, South Africa.
No, well, they've shown that. I think, as I said, Jake White will be disappointed that their form from the Tri-Nations hasn't continued. The breakdown is an issue, as we've heard. The Southern Hemisphere and the breakdown's not great.
Thanks very much, Sean.
The opening 5 minutes caught rather cold. Problems up front, wasn't it?
Yeah, there he is. You know, he knows what he's doing. Van Niekerk runs straight to Stephen Jones, commits him, you know, to the Rex ruck. Quick ball. The Welsh defence hasn't reorganised. Joubert came straight down the hole that Stephen Jones should have been, or someone should have filled for them. And once they're behind, he should really have scored. I felt great tackle by Hal Luscombe. But again, Burger's there. Look, and they recycle. They don't organise on the left-hand side. And Jaco van der Westhuizen scores.
Well, that was just the start that the Welsh didn't need. It was the start to the Grand Slam challenge that South Africa had dreamt of, really, and the second try wasn't too far behind. 15 minutes later, Wales impossibly stretched.
Well, this is South Africa at their razor-sharp best, and this man, Burger, has been all over the place. He's off having a little 10-minute break at the moment, but I don't think Wales can be too happy with the missed tackles, because they got numbers there, but the South Africans showing their strength are just shrugging off, and then it's just a question of committing defenders and making the pass. Good switch there, that made the try, and away he goes. And this guy is one hell of an athlete. For a number 8, he's awesome.
Yeah, you know, this is the spill, look. And they had plenty of numbers in defence. It just fell off tackles. And I think Clive Griffiths won't be happy with the way they've, committed themselves to the tackle, because they've just fallen off a couple. And once they've got behind the Welsh defence, the support play has been superb.
John Smith knows his side are down to 14, but they do have an 11-point lead. Just waiting for Paddy O'Brien. There he goes, second half underway. Ryan Jones waits and runs. Victor Matfield makes the tackle.
Hands off, leave it!
Wales have to be careful here. That's a mess for Wales.
No, play the knock on. Green scrum.
Very, very untidy there.
Come on! And John Smith looking round saying, what on earth is going on, because watch here. This hand is a bit blatant. Oh, there we go. To be fair to the referee, he couldn't see that.
Yeah. Van Niekerk. Oh, there was a man, Brayton Colser, free outside du Preez. Wales will have the scrum. So, scrappy start to the second half. Mistakes by both teams.
Just for a second, Decides not to make the pass, but there was a man out there. Paulson was free just for a second.
Game.
Drive comes on, Wales turn towards that touchline.
You can't be
Dwayne
bound
Peel.
there, you know. Niekerk and Smith there are not bound. They've got to stay bound onto their own scrum. They simply detached.
Dwayne Peel did well there to get the ball away under such pressure. Wheeling scrum, people perhaps coming off a little bit early. South African throw though. The green cap of Matfield might rise. Up he goes. This time it hasn't worked. Colin Jarvis takes on Jaco van der Westhuizen. Stephen Jones. Gavin Henson on the loop. Gareth Thomas. Luscombe. DeWitt Barry misses him. Tries to offload. Percy Montgomery is back. Sonny Parker follows up with a tackle. Du Preez with the clearance. Henson goes back for Wales. Good clearance by the Springbok scrum half.
Oh, not good, that's magnificent. He's made nearly 50 yards over his shoulder there. Good work by Montgomery. Getting down, up and down again. Looks for a second. You've got to hang on to this, unless he's completely on. Got to hang on. He gets up and then he goes down again to protect the ball. And that, 50 yards.
Welsh line out at the start of this second half. David Jones goes up, takes well. Michael Owen drives in on the Scarlets.
Come out, Green, come
Dragon on a Scarlet. But now they need the ball quickly. Stephen Jones, Gareth Thomas had overrun him. Ashwin Willemse tackled by Jones and Jones. Stephen and Stephen. Good pick up, Peel. Play on, open play. Adam Jones goes down, he can get up. Chance now for Wales, Gareth Thomas. Peel, Michael Owen is lateral a bit. 2 second rows. Henson, Gavin Henson steps inside Van der Westhuizen, tries to brush Van Niekerk aside. Not that easy. Thomas feeds Peel. There might be numbers outside Peel. Good break by the scrum half. Chips Montgomery, still Dwayne Peel. Great solo effort by Peel. Wales pour in. Colin Jarvis is there. Duncan Jones on his shoulder. Van Niekerk with a all-consuming tackle there. It's turnover ball, but South Africa offside. And if that wasn't a professional foul,
yes,
worthy of
exactly what I was going to say.
Worthy of a yellow card.
That's exactly what I was going to say. They were in there. Lovely bit by Peel. And he did well here. There isn't much support. Here is where they need it quick. It comes reasonably quickly. Jarvis driving. There's a ruck form there, definitely. Oh, well, he's made no attempt to it. He's miles offside.
If that isn't a yellow card,
he's a good 2 yards, and I think that he's lucky. He's lucky to still be on the field.
Well, if the game is going to get looser, this could suit Wales. Here's the break by Dwayne Peel. He's been looking for this little dart all afternoon. Great skill to take his own kick. Ashwin Willemse with the tackle, the offload. Now Van Niekerk is a yard offside and just
2 yards
tackles
offside
him
at
out.
least. Made no attempt to get behind the back foot. And he ruined what would have been a, well, was it probable? That would have been a penalty try, but he knew what he was doing.
Ryan Jones, now then, Wales. A little spring in the step. Stephen Jones gives it the full crack. Good clearance. Now then, Wales looking full of it at the start of this second half. If South Africa have decided to let the discipline go in keeping the ball tight, it could suit Wales.
Well, given that I don't know how they work this out, there's an average between 6 and 7 points when you're down to 14 men. That's 3 of them. That's still very solid though, isn't it?
Bakkies Botha takes over at the line out from Matfield. It's a good drive, so South Africa having yielded the 3 points and let the game go loose, may have said, let's tighten it up. Dupree, one for Willemse to chase. Luscombe is under it. Good mark by Hal Luscombe.
Well taken.
Now then, Luscombe. It's Matfield who made the tackle. The follow-up tackle was by Van Niekerk, but it was Matfield again who was so involved from the second row position. Stephen Jones. Good ground made by Jones.
And Jaco van der Veste is deciding he's not going to play anything quickly, and he's right to run the clock down. He knows they've got the throw. They'll be virtually untouchable on their own line out. Wind the clock down till Schalkberger comes back on.
Matfield a yard outside the line out. If he steps in, he must be the target. Back to his winning ways, Victor Matfield. Still low, David Jones comes away with it, takes on Montgomery. David Jones has left Percy Montgomery on the ground. Must be a try for Wales. Gavin Henson! Henson for the try line! Wales right back in this game. The Springboks down to 14 and hurting.
Well, Springbok line-out working as efficiently as ever, but he gets another turnover in direct contrast to all the other ones. Wales have made them pay very fully for this. Good strength here, just rips the ball away. David Jones, and then watch this for a bump here. Percy Montgomery, down you go. And they needed quick ball from this, and they got it.
Stephen Jones has the 2 points. Wales now trailing by a single point. Schalkberger will be back on for South Africa, but how to make the one-man over hurt.
That is a good line. You look from there. He's been impressive to me all the way through, Parker, but he comes dead straight, which means anyone who's coming across, all he has to do is stay. Comes back inside and they're directly wrong-footed. Henson, over he goes. Good work by Henson, good angles. And the Welsh crowd now, they're getting behind them. Let's see.
Jaco van der Westhuizen starts. Dwayne Peel with the regather, but he was over the touchline. So that is another little error in Wales's favour.
Oh, they're looking, they are allowed the option of a quick line out, but he's not going to give them. Comes as a surprise to some people. Caught the ball, Dwayne Peel, but because his foot is out, that counts as out. His silver boots.
Okay, we'll keep working hard.
Dancing boots. There you go, he's been over. And Wales really, they're a man up. They need to make him pay again.
Schalkberger is warming up in the tunnel on the far side of the field. Wales will, there he is, Schalkberger. Wales can just have one more playing with the flanker absent. Good scrimmage. Stephen Jones, oh, trouble here. Hal Luscombe has got to get back. Oh, it's worked in Wales's favour because it's slewed off the foot of Devet Barry.
Well, what I don't understand from there, Eddie, is if you are going to kick the ball anyway, why not give yourself another 2 or 3 metres to make sure that can't happen?
You know that South Africa really fly up in defence, and perhaps we're lucky for Wales to get away with one. Schalkberger is back, roundly booed back onto the field, but it means South Africa now have their full contingent. He returns to see the scoreboard.
If you're in any doubt, don't go for it. I'm not going to stop you competing, but if you're in doubt, remember it's you that are the problem. Thank you.
Well, it's also up to the referee to take doubt out of the minds of the players.
Wait.
Steve Jones. They've lost it. Schalkberger straight back into the thick of the action.
Advantage over!
Matfield, one of the stars on the Springbok side. Jaco van der Westhuizen. Shane Williams knocked it on. This won't count. They'll come back for the scrummage in the Welsh 22.
Important for Wales now not to concede a score straight back. They can just hang on here, clear the ball, give themselves a little breathing space.
Gage!
Just looking at the South African three-quarter line, it's very shallow again. Brayton Coulson. Devet Barry.
Leave it!
Johan Smith.
Hands off, Red!
Van der Vestes and Montgomery cuts back inside, tackled by his opposite number, Gareth Thomas.
Stay, Red, stay! Stay!
Dupree, Skalkberger took it standing still, tackled by Brent Cobain.
Stay there.
Van der Vestes and cuts inside, Michael Owen, who makes the tackle. Dwayne Peel makes the tackle, that went forward. Wales survived the pressure.
Well, they've tackled well there, they defended bravely, but now the forwards have to do another job. The Jones front row.
Keep working hard for me, it's good.
Spilled forward out the tackle, bad contact skills.
Good tackle by Dwayne Peel.
Scotty, I stuffed my clock up, how long gone? My clock stopped.
I'm going on full time for you, so...
You're gonna let it run?
I'll stop for injuries.
Try being replayed here. Superb work by David Jones. Watch the angle here. Dead straight, that means covering players can't stop him when he steps back inside.
Hold only. No.
It's still a Welsh scrum that'll come under big pressure here. Ryan Jones needs to add his weight because there it comes, the drive is on.
South Africa.
This is a problem here. You're the man in the slot, the number 8 there was not really pushing, and Johnny Charles is trying to help as well. You effectively got
still, Ryan Jones is not really adding much to that scrummage at all. It's slewing back.
You can't do that.
Trouble for Wales. He's got to get in there.
That'll do. Up here.
The only reason you would go in the slot there with the number 8 is in the Ben Hur chariot position is if you're going to whack the ball down channel 1 and get it away quickly. As soon as that doesn't happen, you're in trouble. You can't contribute. Try to pick up off one hand there.
Hand in the scrum as well.
But bearing in mind as well, the hooker at some point has got to lift his foot to strike, so you've effectively got half a man in terms of weight.
8 against 6 then. South Africa trying to reset the drive. Wales have spun it round. Wales put in 1-1 in this little scrummage contest.
Good work by the Jones front row there.
When in doubt, Brian, say Jones.
Yes. Now then, what will he do this time?
Just keep an eye on Ryan Jones. He's still out of the scrum.
The other thing is that you've at least got to hit there. You've got to hit there and then move.
It's such a struggle for the front 5. They've got away with it. Too much pressure from Fourie du Preez.
If I was in the Welsh front 5, I would be absolutely livid at the moment, because it's a hard job. The thing is, when you've got to at least hit down as a number 8, because the second rows have to be bound together as well. Then you can move, maybe. But I'm not in favour of getting into that position when you're on your line.
Well, it looked. If you do it twice, it's obviously a rehearsed move. But I think with you, if you're a front 5 forward, you're screaming for weight.
Look, it didn't work either time. They got away with it here, but the scrum has been ruined.
Replacement to be made. There's Ryan Jones. He's done well. He's had a few good runs. Ashwin Willemse is going off. Brent Russell is coming on. Good take, Brent Cobain. Brother of Matt Cobain of the Wallabies. Now then, Hal Luscombe. Russell on for the first time, I think. Luscombe knocked that on. Percy Montgomery, good kick downfield by Montgomery. Paddy O'Brien screams advantage over.
That is a good advantage, superb play. Percy Montgomery, virtually no room to work with, and yet he's managed to control a ball that's gone 30-40 metres and then skewed into touch.
Still a pressure throw for Steve Jones. Three-man liner, David Jones at the tail, Brent Cobain in the middle, Adam Jones, Michael Owen comes in, he'll have to be the... Yeah, he'll have to take it if he steps in, Steve Jones. Well, it's worked for Wales, they've done well enough there.
Very clever.
There's the boot of Gavin Henson, he can kick it a mile. Brent Russell, new on, new fresh legs.
Come out, Green, come out! Come out!
Henson again, the try scorer for Wales. Looked inside, saw Gareth Thomas a long way away. Henson chases his own kick against Montgomery. Has to wait for him to land. Gareth Thomas adds his weight, that's gone forward. Wales could have a turnover. Play on. Sonny Parker, good pressure on Van Niekerk. Devet Barry inside his own 22. They'll go all the way back because the ball went out and stayed out. It'll be a Welsh attacking line-out.
Well, it does show, doesn't it, when Wales put South Africa under pressure, that they are fallible, albeit that they're Tri-Nations champions. They are proving fallible when they're under pressure.
It's the arrival of Gareth Thomas. He's such an impressive figure on the field. Real presence, the Welsh captain. He may have left to play for Toulouse in France, but he's still such a character in the Welsh game. Hal Luscombe is having attention. Gareth Thomas. Michael Owen has lost it, not straight.
I'll tell you that's twice now. I don't know what the South Africans are thinking, but I can only presume they're not really sure of the law, because the man who's standing out there, if he joins the line-out, he has got to be the receiver. So they don't need to mark anyone else. It doesn't matter where anyone else runs to the line-out, they've got to stand opposite that man, and that's twice they've missed it.
Pressure on the South African scrum. Du Preez gets the kick away, and Gareth Thomas watches it go over the line. At least Wales will have the throw in. South Africa protecting a 1-point lead, but they have not had it all their own way. In fact, they haven't scored a point in this second half.
Stay Green there.
The safety ball to Michael Owen.
Hands off, Green!
Once again, they have to sort out the little bobble, which they do. Stephen Jones put South Africa up towards halfway.
Well, for me, the pick of the Welsh back, Stephen Jones there and Gavin Henson are both having fine games. Would that they'd had more ball from the Welsh point of view.
Scrappy ball for South Africa. Van der Westhuizen, good offload, brilliant offload to Devet Barry. Barry's on his own for the moment. Does he need any support? Gareth Thomas goes in for the tackle. Ball went loose. Thomas did superbly well there. Gareth Thomas still in possession.
Out 5.
It'll be a 5-metre scrimmage.
I don't think he should have blown up so quickly there. Bit of difficulty there. Gareth Thomas was waiting and waiting, and then he eventually had to come back in. Now he's ripped the ball out there. I'm not sure if South African player held that.
Number 1 red.
Still danger for Wales. 5-metre scrimmage. Superb defensive work by Gareth Thomas. Gethin Jenkins comes on for Duncan Jones. Wales down to 5 Joneses. Gethin Jenkins comes on. And South Africa ring a change in the front row. 2.
No, first. The other two just work each other
CJ van der Linde comes on into the front row. Eddie Andrews goes off.
And hold. Gage.
Du Preez feeds the scrum, now with 2 new props in there. Joubert, infield to Brent Russell. Russell over the line and scored, got the ball down. The first points for South Africa of this second half. Good set-piece move. Brent Russell over, and the lead grows.
Same bend, extra man, flick back inside, and well, there are enough players there. He's still got 5 metres to go. Can't see from here the grounding, referee in a much better position. I had no doubt about giving it. Well, it's quite a simple inside ball. Really should have been covered, I feel. And Montgomery adds the conversion.
Well, you'd think there'd be a system there, straight from set piece. Good strong running by Brent Russell, but there were defenders in front of him. Here's the pass, Hubert, little flick back.
It's not a full tilt just there either, has to set up. Comes inside. Well, 8 and 6 on the line is over, and yes, it's there. Jake White is perfectly happy with that.
Dupria. Down towards halfway. Wales need to strike back quickly. Changes for Wales. Luke Charteris, 6'9", comes on for his first cap. David Jones has gone off. Forward. So Michael Owen will presumably go back
finished on here, guys. Red
into
ball.
the back row. Luke Charteris of the Dragons.
Yeah.
There he is.
Hold on.
Attacking alongside Brent Cobain. Michael Owen does indeed go to number 8. Ryan Jones onto the flank. Bad scrum for Wales. Turned by South Africa, and away comes Van Niekerk. The rush defence. Hubert has Montgomery inside him. Russell inside. Henson bounces off.
Leave it, Red!
Van der Westhuizen. The crunch in midfield as Van Niekerk drives it up. Van der Westhuizen, the cutout pass. Slow ball for South Africa. South Africa penalised, hanging on. Relief for Wales. But they won't want too many scrimmages like that last one.
Held him.
They can't afford to have too many scrums. John Smith there. Smith penalised for hanging on. Took the ball in and he was isolated. I don't blame him, actually. I think the sporting players were too slow. Smith there,
14.
at that point, mind you, he can't
14,
raise his man on
please.
top of him, but
Just hold him.
well, on that occasion the referee
Hold him.
insisting that he lets go of the ball, which he didn't.
Looks as if we're going to have more replacements.
Go and get him.
Tom Shanklin is coming on. Hal Luscombe is going off. There's Tom Shanklin.
Tell the hooker to wait still, mate.
Hal Luscombe is going off.
No.
South Africa have stolen ball.
Please. Again, wait for this.
Steve Jones simply took it too soon.
Well, he said, if he jumps, I'm going to throw it to him, which is a fair point if you're a hooker.
Bad line out for Wales. Duet Barry out to Marius Hubert.
Advantage, Red.
Good tackle, Sonny Parker. Tom Shanklin involved, goes down, secures ball for Dwayne Peel. Stephen Jones. Jones with the break, Shane Williams on his shoulder, can't get the ball away. Gethin Jenkins and Ryan Jones. Steve Jones, good tackle by the hooker. Now then, Shane Williams is back. Almost a dangerous breakout. Shane Williams in broken play. There's the big step off the left, and there's the crunching South African tackle to strip him of the ball. Russell, trouble here. Van der Westhuizen. Henson makes the tackle, offload to Percy Montgomery. Montgomery's over. That could be the try that seals the game and sets Jake White's Springboks off to a winning start on their tour.
Well, there was a superb floated pass there. Long cut-out pass. Not only missed out a couple of the old South African men, but also outflanked all the Welsh defensive from that point.
Great try.
Well, he's run away, but it's a tackle from behind here, watch, really, that gets him. Just is about to offload.
Bakkies Botha.
And there's a slight imbalance in physique there. Goldberger moves the ball wide, and later on with some very, very perceptive handling.
Good try, mate.
And we've seen actually, Eddie, throughout the whole of the afternoon, when the South Africa do get in scoring positions, they tend not to panic. You know, they can wait and they can run the lines. Montgomery misses there, but that's put them out of sight, really.
Yeah, 20 points for Percy Montgomery, a try to add to his kicks.
That's the ball there, lovely floated pass from Brent Russell.
Is the blood man off?
And here they know where the,
15
they know
on
where
15.
the line is.
Thank you.
They know the angles to run.
What number's off?
And a turnover from initially some good work has cost Wales dear.
Wales have to restart again. Fourie du Preez, he's had a busy day kicking the ball, but he's kicked very well. He's controlled the game well. When South Africa aren't looking to run the ball, du Preez has kept them going forward. Inside pass. Henson to Shane Williams. Trouble for David Jones.
Let it go!
Colin Jarvis. Gareth Thomas.
Got them all! Let it go! Stay green!
Williams, held by Matfield. Good pass though to Dwayne Peel, to Adam Jones.
Let it go!
Might have been turned. Yeah, held on.
Honestly.
Both Brent Russell and Jean de Villiers are on for South Africa as replacements. There's Percy Montgomery wearing 15. Slight readjustment of the three quarters in front of him.
Hugh, can I have some water next break, please? Hugh.
Wearing 22.
Clayton, can I have some water next break, please?
There's a Pottick goal, 47, and he's well careful of this.
Next time, at the kick-off, if he gets it.
This gives South Africa a 16-point cushion. 13 minutes left, probably.
Percy Montgomery.
No water, Paul.
He's missed again. He's missed with his last two.
Well, he won't be happy with that, but it keeps the ball down where the South Africans will want it, which is deep in Welsh territory.
Play on!
Ryan Jones takes it quickly. Bakkies Botha with the tackle. And South Africa hit the ruck really hard to disrupt the flow of possession for Wales.
Got to roll, you can't just hold your feet in there. Leave him.
Well, he disrupted it legally once or twice, but the third time now. Gavin Henson. Oh, that's a big tackle from Devet Barry. Henson did well to deliver. Gethin Jenkins the prop to Tom Shanklin, the replacement on the wing.
Let it go, leave it!
Hubert drags Shanklin out the way. A bit of
forward ball.
Bravado. Forward ball, says referee
If it was only just.
You are unlucky.
In fact, I think there were a couple of passes that were more forward
Red 11 boys,
in the last Welsh back movement. Here we go.
Just send them on and tell them to go off.
Oh, yes. It's the angle of their hands, you can tell from there, isn't it? Just small things like that, unnecessary.
Shane Williams is off and Kerry Sweeney comes on. So Kerry Sweeney, normally an outside half, goes into the centre. Gavin Henson goes to fullback, and Gareth Thomas takes up one of the many positions he's occupied for Wales. He goes onto the wing. There's big Os Durant, and here's the Welsh captain now playing on the wing.
Was there an injury there I didn't see, or was this a tactical thing?
Hold. Crouch and hold only.
I can't see it's wise to have 3 positional changes, that's all. Especially when Henson's been one of Wales' best players. He's now at full-back, so he's out of the running in terms of direct influence in attacking play. Your captain is moved into a different position, and you've got a fly-half who's not playing where he normally plays. If you can, well, I only used to play the front row, so I wouldn't know, but you know.
I don't know, maybe penalty against Wales at the scrummage.
Right in front of me.
Shane Williams may have had a bump.
Okay, fair enough.
Pose.
Percy Montgomery, he's missed with his last 2. He's lining up another one. 20 points to his name.
Shows you're going to get a rugby when we get quick ball there, doesn't it?
42 metres, more or less. Yeah, that's better from Percy. 23 points now for Percy Montgomery, and the South African ship has really and truly steadied. While they were down to 14, Wales came right back into this game. South Africa hadn't scored in this second half, and then with the re-emergence of Skalkberger from the sin bin, the Springboks have resumed control.
Play on!
Possession, Colin Jarvis goes down. South Africa, though, have the ball yet again. Michael Owen.
Stay green, stay! Stay! Get out of it, 3, get out!
Ryan Jones. Bucky's Burta. He's had a good second
Roll clear,
half.
full, roll out, roll out!
The partner to Victor Matfield, who's had a good all-round game, whatever the half. This time, change of tactic. Kerry Sweeney. Little ploy, 2 outside halves working well together. There's Luke Charteris, the tall one. Brent Russell has to be careful not to be offside. Michael Owen.
Leave it green, leave it!
Ryan Jones steps inside Brayton Paulson.
Not hell, play!
It's better by Wales, good build-up. Michael Owen again.
Play on, play on!
Gareth Thomas, it's all gone. It's an advantage to Wales. South Africa not offside, but knocking the ball on.
Well, I can't understand why Wales haven't chipped a little bit more. You know, a couple of times they've profited from that, and it's at least one of the ways where you can stop this rush defence, because at least they're in 2 minds that they're all up there, lots of room behind, and gathers fairly comfortably. One of the other things that's happening as well, Eddie, in this game is that the Welsh players, a lot of forwards, when they've won the ball, they're not in good set positions over the ball. And what the South Africans are doing is they realise this, and they're hitting the rucks as hard as they can, and that's making sure that when Peel trying to get the ball, he's having forwards rocketing him back over the top of him, and it's slowing things down. So Welsh forwards must get a much more solid base when they've won the ball.
Yeah, when the likes of Bucky's Burta has been hitting rucks, and you think you can't do much when you just hit a ruck, but when the whole thing shudders and a body collapses and makes the exit of the ball that much more difficult, it has an effect on the game.
Hold! Gage!
See again, that Welsh scrimmage is not comfortable there. They've got away with it. A free kick. Dwayne Peel takes it quickly. That'll be 10 metres on.
10 metres, back you go. Away you go. Away you go.
This will still be a free kick, won't it, I think?
Yeah. Still a free kick. Move called. It's that old faithful, number 1.
Stay.
Now let's see if sometimes these go horribly wrong.
Gethin Jenkins.
Leave it!
Michael Owen. Held, but gets the ball away. So Steve Jones, who ducks his head. This time it's a turnover to South Africa. And now with tired legs, it may hurt. Oh, Victor Matfield Well, I reckon that's his first mistake of the game.
I think that is his first mistake.
Oh no, he lost one line out.
Red 7.
Yeah, maybe. But otherwise, he's been a tower, hasn't he?
Hasn't he had a good game?
Very, very good game.
Colin.
He's guaranteed
U7.
a supply of quality ball throughout the whole game. And, you know, a lot of the South African effort is being based around that.
Martin Williams comes on for Colin Chavez, and Nevin Davis is going to come up into the front row. Looks as if Steve Jones is going off.
Gage.
Now then, Dwayne Peel has to be careful because there's nobody out there. Wales is still prepared to hit that blind side. It's working for them. Good progress. Peel can now hit the open. Fresh legs. Hooker. Nevin Davis. Not held. Oh, he was held. Can't go forward on your knees. Foley Dupria. Was he held after the kick? Martin Williams. Infield. Kerry Sweeney. Henson does well, read the situation really well. There's the strength of Gavin Henson. Advantage. Deliberate knock-on, was it? Still advantage being played Wales. Kerry Sweeney, infield to Dwayne Peel. Martin Williams now then. That's on his Sweeney on his own out there. Yeah, they knew a penalty was coming their way, I think.
I didn't see his arm go out, but it doesn't matter, he's right. I would shove this in the corner, wouldn't you, at this time?
Yep, seen him on.
On the stopped clock
John,
on the
please,
stadium, which seems to be running a bit faster than the clock you can see there.
Yeah, no attempt at all to actually catch that, was there? Simply slapped it down.
After you kick.
Here we go.
Good run though, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying you don't want him his hands on the ball as often as you can. Yeah.
Green 6. Skull. It's on.
And Yanni Shimangi coming on into the front row. Oh no, it's not. Sorry, I beg your pardon. It's Tim Dulane coming on into the back row instead of Scott Berger. And Shimangi is on in the front row instead of Oz Durant. Wales, though, will want to keep it more towards the touchlines and the line-outs.
John, push them back. Let's keep positive now.
Nevin Davis prepares to throw to what? Is this his first line-out? Time running out for Wales to score again. Brent Cobain.
Keep it up, keep it up.
The red shirts cluster around him, but for the moment they're going backwards. There isn't too much room tight against that touchline. Still, on they go. They've got the penalty. South Africa pulling the line-out down.
Play.
This time Wales go open. Sweeney to Jones. Gareth Thomas, the Wales record try scorer with 34. Nevin Davis, well tackled.
Hands off!
We've seen some massive tackles from green shirts. Kerry Sweeney running onto the flat pass from Stephen Jones. Michael Owen, good hands. Kerry, it's going to be the try for Henson. Sonny Parker gave him the pass. Wales do score a second try. Way over 60 points have been scored now in this Open International. South Africa have won it, but Wales have continued to fight to the bitter end. Gavin Henson, his second try of the afternoon.
Well, he's probably been Wales' best player today. Unfortunately for him, he's on a losing team. Everything's done for him there, but he's in the right position.
Here's the finish by Gavin Henson. His second try, and I just think I overheard Paddy O'Brien say 5 minutes. But if the clock is being stopped, there can't be that much surely. Still, there is more time.
I can't see there being 5 minutes of injury time, but Well, he's kept up a fine performance today. Not only has he scored 2 tries, but he's been powerful in his run. He's worked in defence as well. And it will leave Wales finishing on a warm feeling, even though they've been beaten.
Luke Charteris.
Stay, Green, stay!
Stephen Jones
Green,
off.
play on! Charge now,
Brent
play
Russell.
on!
Nobody's offside. Percy Montgomery. If that goes straight out, did Percy know it was the end of the game? No. There's time. Wales are still 9 points behind, but there's plenty of appetite for one last go.
South Africa number 5, Victor Matfield.
3.5 to go. 3.5.
Just checking the line-out call. Brent Cobain winning ball at the front. Nevin Davis helps him out.
Come out, Green, come out. Now playing advantage.
Advantage, Wales.
Leave
Takes
now.
it. Taken quickly by Dwayne Peel. A bit too quickly, perhaps.
Down. 3. Just right on the 5.
Now, what do Wales do? Will they want to get down into that corner for one last play? It's all about the clock. Here goes Stephen Jones. That's a very, very good kick. Okay, Brian, here's your big moment, one of your big moments. Who is your Lloyds TSB man of the match?
Lloyds TSB man of the match is Victor Matfield for me. He's had a peerless performance in the second row. He's supplied ball after ball, and he's worked hard in a South African scrum which has been dominant. Rare to get second rows awarded these things, but I think he's had a big influence in the game.
Advantage!
Wales with another penalty advantage being played their way. Shanklin goes through. Marius Joubert back for South Africa, but Wales had no advantage. South Africa slowing it down, so still time for Wales to score another try. They scored from their last quickly taken penalty. Stephen Jones going for the corner again, just checks, is there time for all this?
Well, there'll be time after this one they'll have to play on, so mind you, the only fact he would mitigate against this decision, which in circumstances ordinarily you would wholeheartedly support, is the fact that the Wales lineup has not been infallible.
There's Victor Matfield, Brian's man of the match. Towering presence at the line-out. John Smith having a word with Paddy O'Brien. The game is in the bag for South Africa, but Wales are enjoying a good little period, an encouraging little period. This is the first game of their long international season. Many encouraging signs from it. Of course, South Africa will be off to a winning start to the tour. They want to make a Grand Slam tour. A change at scrum half as well. Michael Claessens on floor. Fourie du Preez. Line-out ball 1 for Wales. On comes the big drive. South Africa have got men in the wrong side. Wales reset the drive. And reset it again. Inching their way towards the line.
That is a penalty, by any standards.
Surely that was dragged down.
By any standards.
Down, fellas, turnover.
No penalty, just a turnover to South Africa.
The South Africans have men in the wrong side. Tulsa ran in front of the back foot.
Wales, please, out here.
So, the chance may have been lost.
Come on.
Unless
Guys, please,
that new-look South African front row, with Nyani Shimangi and CJ van der Linde in there. Are they more vulnerable? They seem to be a bit. They've gone up. Good drive by Wales. Knock on, says the referee. Oh no, he's gone for video.
Gone to video
analysis. Dwayne Peel may have snuck in there for the try.
He couldn't have seen it at all there. Paddy O'Brien is caught, not expecting that, as indeed neither were we, I would beg to suggest. But have the Welsh front five caused not a sensation, but certainly a huge surprise. Watch this. And the loose head has slipped out, look, he's miles outside.
Oh, he's done it, that's a try.
Yes, that's a try, yeah, that's a try. Yeah, that's a try. All sorts of bother there.
That's a try?
Yep, that's a try.
Thank you.
Try awarded. Wales get their third. What a good game Dwayne Peel has had.
38-36 in the quarters over. Well, 38 for the...
Just 2 points, but Wales will not have a chance to reduce it any further or to overtake it, because Paddy O'Brien brings the match to an end. A really encouraging performance by Wales. They stuck at it all the way through, but they've lost to South Africa. But how close it was at the end. Wales 36, South Africa 38. 74 points scored. What a way to get the autumn test series underway.
Jonathan Davies, how encouraged were you by the manner in which Wales performed this afternoon and the manner in which they finished that match, which was a terrific one?
Yeah, very encouraged actually. I think they'd be disappointed, purely because they made far too many errors. If they had cut those errors out, they'd have been in the match a little bit longer. I think South Africa eased off a little bit. As the game got looser, Wales came back into it. But, you know, knowing Mike Ruddock and how the boys have worked, the scrum went well, you know, in some aspects of the game, you know, especially in the South African 22. But far too many errors, and that's what they'll try and eradicate from their performance. But, you know, give them a lot of confidence now for the remainder of the autumn test series.
Well, the story of the match. It was a first half largely dominated by South Africa, 2-0. The power of Montgomery, the support of Van Niekerk provided try number 2. But Wales stayed in touch, 23-12 at half-time. And South Africa had star flanker Schalkberger sin-binned for the start of the second half. How Wales took advantage. Minutes after they were denied a penalty try, over went Gavin Henson to put Wales within a point. And it was followed by huge pressure from South Africa, immense defence by the Welsh. Jean de Villiers eventually forcing the opening. And then it was Brent Russell feeding Percy Montgomery. The floodgates look set to open at this point. But it wouldn't be a rout. Gavin Henson with his second try of the match. And then Dwayne Peel set up what almost was a huge climax. 36-38, Wales beaten today. And this was how the Welsh finished. They finished with pride, that's for sure. But South Africa win by 38 points to 36. Let's go down to Jill for some reaction.
Well, Victor, congratulations. A win in the end, but my goodness me, it was close. Is that what you expected?
Yeah, always. If you come to Wales, play the Welsh, they're very passionate about the rugby, and yeah, they played well. We let it go at the end there, but luckily it's a win.
On the evidence of this match, do you think you can go on and win this Grand Slam?
Yeah, it's the first time for us. We only got together a week ago. From here on, we can just go forward, and we believe we can do it, but we're focusing on Ireland and leaving the rest of the tour for itself.
It's a different story to the match in Pretoria. Is this a better Wales performance or a poorer performance from the Springboks?
I think they played very well. We didn't play that well. Like I said, we let it go at the end there, but hopefully next week we'll play a full 80 minutes.
When you've had time to reflect on this one, what do you think you'll need to change if you are going to go through this series unbeaten?
Yeah, I think we'll have to pick up everything. The wet weather is a bit different. Maybe just see how we play the ball and keep the ball in hand and build some phases.
Well, congratulations, and I believe this is a first for you, Victor, but you are indeed the Lloyds TSB man of the match. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy it.
Thank you.
Yes, for sure, Jerry. He played well in a largely unconvincing South African side this afternoon.
I have to say I was looking forward to watching South Africa play, and they disappointed me, and I think they disappointed themselves. I think they went there out and played as if they knew they were going to win. They kind of they played a lot of counter-attack this afternoon. It's a bit like watching Arsenal play. I mean, when at home Arsenal break in a moment, and that's what South Africa did today. They penalised Wales there, but I think Eddie O'Sullivan of Ireland and Andy Robinson will look at that defensive pattern that they play. They don't hit rucks and they don't hit mauls, so England's pack and Ireland's pack will exploit that weakness.
OK, let's go back swiftly to Jill for some reaction from the Welsh camp.
This is one that you could have won.
Yeah, definitely. I think the first 15 minutes of the game we let ourselves down. We didn't come out, and play like we had planned. And I think we let South Africa bring the game to us. And you know that's where they won the game. In all fairness to them.
Because you did seem to grow in confidence as the game went on. Do you feel perhaps you went into this match a little bit intimidated by the reputation of these Springboks?
I'm not sure intimidated. You know, the boys knew the reputations of the South Africans and knew they were a great team. And you know, it's the first time we played together, but no excuses. You know, after 15 minutes we proved that we were a great team. But you know, unless you play for 80 minutes against teams like this, then you're not going to win.
At 22-23, did you think you were going to win this one?
Yeah, I was quite disappointed with the boys. We spoke about in the post. I think when it went to 22-23, we defended, you know, the 1 point deficit instead of really attacking for more. It seemed like only when we was a try behind did we really actually try and go for it. So that's something we can learn. And you know, it's a space of games now. We've got 3 more games and 3 important games, and you know we've got to progress from this and we've got to win games.
I asked Victor Matfield the same question, but following on from that match in Pretoria, where of course they beat you solidly. Do you think that this is a big improvement from Wales, or do you think that they're perhaps not the team they were?
I think South Africa are a fabulous team, and I think, you know, credit to them, but I think we've got to give credit to our boys. We are improving. We've still got a lot to work on. We've got a lot of youngsters in the team who are very talented and nurtured in the right way, are going to be world-class players, and you know, I think some of them show today why they are such exciting prospects.
Well, if South Africa are the best team in the Southern Hemisphere, does this mean that the All Blacks shouldn't cause you too many problems?
I wish. No, obviously that's one of the mighty games. We've also got Romania before then, but you know, New Zealand's going to be a huge game with Steve Hansen, Graham Henry coming back. But like I say, we've got to progress from here, and we've got to go into games believing we can win.
Thanks very much, Gareth.
Gareth Thomas a wee bit disappointed because he knew that Wales had their opportunities this afternoon. The big opportunity came immediately after half-time with Berger off, and the Welsh with the opportunity to apply the pressure.
Yeah, you know, this is, I think David Jones breaks out here, bangs Percy out of the way, and then, you know, quick ball, and it's a great angle by Gavin Henson. Cuts inside, Joubert, great step, and finishes. I thought they were, you know, in with a real chance there. This is the clout that Percy gets. Sit down, puts him on his backside. And the good thing about that, they recycle the ball very, very quickly, and defence were unorganised. But I thought, again, Van Niekerk before that, after Dwayne Peel made a break, should have been in the bin. And that could have been even more significant for Wales. 10 minutes off again for Niekerk. But again, I thought it was very weak refereeing today, very weak.
Should have been a penalty try. The refereeing didn't get any better,
and a yellow card.
Yeah.
Definitely a yellow card. Not sure about penalties, right?
I'm happy with the yellow card anyway.
OK, so Berger back on, and South Africa seemingly taking control once again. There was some desperate defence, but some fairly strong defence as well. Eventually, South Africa got through.
They did. I'm not sure of your analysis. Did you do your analysis on that?
I think on this, look, what happens is, on the first one, De Villiers comes in, and that's just a simple move, simple inside ball. If you watch it here, as the ball comes out, De Villiers is circled there. It's just a simple inside ball. He's going to cut on this angle. There's nowhere else to go. Ryan Jones gets up. He should fill that hole, and the back row should fill that hole. Unfortunately, they drift too far sideways. Instead of going up and then across, they go across first, and he comes inside Ryan Jones. It makes it a tougher tackle because he runs at his inside shoulder. If he just pushes up, then drifts, he can smash him.
But even with David Jones coming in, he should have stopped him. It
again,
was weak.
the tries that they've scored, South Africa, okay, one lovely try, but most of them from turnovers and missed tackles. And that's where I think Wales, you know, only 2 points. But they'll be disappointed because they felt they should have done better, and the things that they could have improved on could have won them the game.
And that was the story of the last South African try as well. Brent Russell setting up Percy Montgomery there. Here it is.
Yeah, it's just, again, turnover, ball comes out. This is the money ball, over the top. Jacques van der Westhuizen takes it. Again, you know, it's a great tackle by Henson. Good support play. But that opportunity arose because of another mistake by Shane Williams.
Yeah, and this is what they've done all through the match. They've just penalised heavily the Welsh mistakes. And, I mean, you're looking at some serious athletes there. I don't think they're thinking too much on their feet, but given that they just sniff out the weakness and away they go, I'd like to see them play a bit more sensibly, like we saw in the Tri Nations. They were so powerful away from home, brilliant at home. And, OK, this is their first game. Hopefully they're just going to get better.
OK, it wasn't the full story, thank goodness. Back came Wales with a couple of late tries, which we'll reflect on in a moment.